Friends, as the quiet veil of night descends upon the world, we are reminded of the tremendous power that lies within the stillness, within the whispered words of the soul. There is a secret, a key, a magic word that waits patiently for your recognition. It is the word that opens the doors of abundance, the word that calls forth the millions you seek, not merely in the material sense, but in the richness of life, the fullness of joy, and the infinite blessings that are rightfully yours. As you prepare to lay your head to rest, remember that the night is not merely a time of darkness but a sacred interval where the invisible forces of the universe respond with swift obedience to your prayers. Every whispered petition, every heartfelt desire spoken with faith, becomes a magnet drawing into your life the exact conditions, circumstances, and opportunities that will bring your dreams to fruition. The magic word is not a word of pleading or doubt. It is a word of declaration, a word of power, a word that affirms the divine prosperity within you. Understand this: the universe cannot deny a statement that is made in absolute faith. When you speak the magic word, you are not asking for something outside yourself, you are recognizing what has always been yours. Riches, abundance, freedom, and joy are not far-off prizes. They are your inheritance, your natural state. The night prayer, then, is simply a conscious acknowledgement of this truth. It is the gentle reminder that all you desire is already circulating in the infinite mind of the universe, waiting only for your word to activate it. Let us also remember that the mind cannot hold two contradictory thoughts. To whisper the magic word with faith is to release fear, doubt, and limitation. Each repetition of this word at night, as your body rests and your soul awakens to the unseen, is planting seeds in the fertile soil of the subconscious mind. These seeds, nurtured by belief, blossom into tangible manifestations. There is nothing accidental in this process. It is precise, exact, and guided by the divine intelligence that governs the world. So, dear listener, as the stars shine and the moon casts her gentle light, speak your night prayer with courage and certainty. Let it be a word of power that affirms your right to live in the abundance of life, to move freely in prosperity, to receive millions in all forms that serve your highest good. Trust that as you release it into the universe, it will return to you multiplied, in ways both expected and marvelous, in ways that honor your inner worth, and the divine law of attraction that never fails. Night is the perfect companion to your intention. It is quiet, it is receptive, and it listens. Let the magic word be your song, your mantra, your declaration, and watch as the unseen energies of the cosmos align themselves to bring to you the fulfillment that is your divine birthright. There is a profound and often overlooked wisdom in understanding the sacredness of the night. As the sun sinks below the horizon and the clamor of the world quiets, there comes a stillness that is both deep and potent. It is in this sacred silence that the mind, freed from the distractions of daily activity, becomes receptive to the subtle whispers of the divine. The night, beloved friend, is not merely a time to rest the body. It is a period when the veil between the seen and the unseen is thinnest, a time when the creative forces of the universe are most ready to respond to the clear, steadfast intentions of the soul. Consider the mind as a fertile garden. During the day, it is often cluttered with noise, with worry, with the pressing demands of the outer world. Seeds of desire may be planted, but they are often choked by doubt, anxiety, and distraction. When night comes, however, the soil becomes receptive, softened by the stillness, ready to receive the seeds of thought that are pure, positive, and directed with intention. It is during these hours, as you lie in quiet reflection or speak your nightly affirmations, that the subconscious mind, the silent architect of your life, absorbs and holds these seeds, nurturing them invisibly until they blossom into tangible realities. There is a magic, a power, in recognizing the importance of this sacred time. The subconscious does not reason, it does not question, it obeys. It takes every word, every image, every feeling impressed upon it, and works to make it manifest. When the day is busy, the conscious mind is engaged in the affairs of the material world, reasoning, planning, and often doubting. But in the night, The conscious mind rests, and the subconscious mind reigns supreme. It is like a hidden river, flowing silently beneath the surface, shaping the landscape of your life without your immediate awareness. To use the night wisely is to place the helm of this invisible river into your hands, guiding its currents toward the fulfillment of your highest desires. Prayer spoken at night carries a potency unlike any other, not because the words themselves hold more power, but because the mind, free from external interference, is fully aligned with the vibration of faith. A prayer, whispered in the calm of night, a word repeated with conviction and visualization, enters the subconscious as a command of life. The subconscious knows no limitation. It simply acts in accordance with the images, words, and emotions impressed upon it. Therefore, when you declare your wishes, when you affirm abundance, health, love, or success, the night acts as a magnifier, amplifying these declarations and setting into motion the unseen forces that bring them to manifestation. It is important to understand that this process requires clarity and purity of thought. The mind must be focused, for the subconscious responds not only to desire but also to the quality of your belief. Fear, doubt, or uncertainty, diluted into your prayer, weakens its power. But a word spoken with faith, spoken in the quiet of the night, moves like a spark into the fertile subconscious, igniting the fires of creation. The night provides the perfect environment for this process because it allows you to release the burdens of the day, to quiet the chatter of anxiety, and to focus entirely on the perfect realization of your heart's desire. Visualization, dear listener, is a companion to the night prayer. When the eyes are closed and the world is hushed, it is easier to picture the fulfillment of your intentions as already accomplished. See it, feel it, speak it. Let the subconscious mind witness the reality of your dreams, and it will labor unceasingly to bring them into the physical realm. Just as a sculptor shapes marble into a beautiful form, the subconscious takes the raw material of your intentions and carves them into existence. Nighttime, therefore, becomes not a period of mere rest, but a workshop of miracles, a laboratory of manifestation, where the laws of spirit operate in perfect harmony with your faith. Sleep itself is a powerful ally in this sacred work. While the body rests, the subconscious mind remains active, moving, organizing, and coordinating the unseen forces of life to bring your spoken word into manifestation. Every night, as you surrender into the arms of sleep, you are releasing your desires into the universal current. This release, when accompanied by faith and clarity, accelerates the process of manifestation. It is as if the universe leans closer in the quiet of night, ready to respond, ready to deliver exactly what you have declared with conviction. One must also recognize that the night is free from resistance. During waking hours, the mind is bombarded by opinions, limitations, and contradictions from the external world. But in the night, the mind is shielded from these intrusions. Your thoughts, uncorrupted by criticism or doubt, reach the subconscious in their purest form. This is why night prayers, repeated with a clear heart and unwavering belief, have an extraordinary power to transform life. The more consistently one employs this sacred time, the more habitual and automatic the process of manifestation becomes, until abundance, health, joy, and success flow effortlessly into one's life. It is therefore of utmost importance to cultivate an awareness of the night's potency. Let each evening be a sacred ritual, a conscious appointment with the creative powers of the universe. Approach it with reverence, with faith, and with gratitude. Speak your intentions as if they are already fulfilled. See them as already realized, and feel the joy of their manifestation. In doing so, you are not merely hoping or wishing, you are commanding, you are co-creating, you are aligning your inner world with the infinite intelligence that governs all life. The magic word is not merely a phrase or a sound, it is a declaration of truth, a recognition of the divine abundance that is ever present within and around you. It is a word that transcends the limitations of the conscious mind and speaks directly to the subconscious, where all creation begins. To use this word effectively is to affirm that prosperity, wealth, and abundance are not distant prizes to be won through struggle, but eternal realities that already exist in your life. The moment you utter the magic word with faith, It awakens your consciousness to this reality, aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the infinite intelligence of the universe that operates without error or hesitation. Understand, beloved friend, that scarcity is a condition of the mind, not of the universe. The world outside may seem to contradict this truth, but these appearances are illusions. The law of life is abundance, and it is the privilege of every soul to claim it. The magic word functions as a bridge between the seen and unseen, between what is currently experienced and the infinite supply that waits for recognition. By affirming the magic word, you are not asking for something foreign or unattainable. You are acknowledging what has always been yours, what has always been circulating in the invisible currents of the universe, ready to manifest when you give it voice and belief. The power of the magic word lies in its simplicity and its unwavering focus. When you speak it with certainty, without hesitation or contradiction, it acts as a command to the subconscious mind. The subconscious cannot distinguish between real and imagined. It responds to the energy, the conviction, and the frequency of the thought impressed upon it. Therefore, when you say the magic word, you are impressing upon your inner consciousness the undeniable truth of your own abundance. This truth then moves outward, shaping circumstances, opportunities, and relationships to reflect the reality you have declared. To employ the magic word effectively, one must do so with the understanding that it is not a wish, a plea, or a prayer of desperation. It is a statement of recognition and faith, a conscious acknowledgement that all that is needed is already present. Picture, feel, and speak the word as if it is already accomplished. When repeated with intention, the magic word carries a vibration that resonates with the infinite source of all supply. Like a tuning fork struck in perfect harmony with the universe, it sets in motion the forces that align your life with prosperity, wealth, and all forms of abundance. It is also essential to recognize that the magic word works in conjunction with gratitude. Gratitude amplifies its power, for it is the acknowledgement of blessings already received that signals to the subconscious that abundance is natural and expected. When you combine the magic word with feelings of appreciation, you create a powerful current that draws more of what you affirm into your life. The subconscious mind, which responds to emotion more than mere words, perceives your gratitude as a confirmation that you are in alignment with the universal law of abundance. Many people falter because they seek wealth externally, believing it is something to be pursued, earned, or fought for. The magic word teaches a higher principle. Abundance is not outside of you, it is within you and everywhere around you. The universe is infinitely abundant, and your inner word is the key that unlocks that supply. Speak it confidently, visualize it clearly, and trust that the unseen forces are arranging themselves to bring the external circumstances into perfect harmony with the reality you have affirmed. It is important to remember that the magic word is not limited to financial gain alone. Prosperity manifests in many forms: health, love, joy, freedom, opportunities, and harmonious relationships. By affirming abundance with the magic word, you are opening the to the richness of life in all its dimensions. The subconscious mind, operating without judgment or limitation, moves to make your declarations a living reality. It cannot act on doubt or hesitation, but it responds instantly and fully to faith, clarity, and the repeated recognition of truth. Consistency is a vital element in the use of the magic word. The mind, like a field of fertile soil, must be impressed repeatedly with the seed of the word until it grows and bears fruit. Night and morning are the perfect times to speak it, for the subconscious is most receptive when the conscious mind is quiet. Each repetition strengthens the belief in your heart, solidifies the image in your mind, and sends a steady current into the invisible world that arranges circumstances in accordance with your declaration. The beauty of the magic word lies in its ability to transform not only your circumstances but also your consciousness. As you affirm abundance, you begin to think in terms of plenty rather than lack, to act from a place of confidence rather than fear, and to perceive opportunities rather than obstacles. It aligns your thoughts, emotions, and intentions with the natural order of the universe, which operates in perfect harmony with the principles of supply and demand. The more you affirm the magic word, the more effortless the manifestation becomes, until wealth, prosperity, and abundance flow freely into your life as a natural expression of your inner truth. In essence, the magic word is a tool, a key, a sacred instrument that opens the door to the infinite abundance that has always been your inheritance. It is simple, yet infinitely powerful, a statement of truth, a vibration of faith, and a declaration of the prosperity that exists in the unseen. When spoken with clarity, conviction, and repeated intent, it impresses the subconscious mind, aligns the unseen force, and draws into your life the richness, the prosperity, and the fulfillment that are your divine right. Faith and certainty are the foundation upon which all manifestations are built. The universe, ever responsive and precise, does not act upon hesitation, doubt, or indecision. It moves only in perfect accordance with the clarity of belief, with the firmness of conviction, and with the unwavering certainty that what is spoken, visualized, and felt is already a present reality. Faith is not a passive hope nor a timid wish. It is a conscious declaration, a knowing that the invisible forces of life are orchestrating circumstances to reflect your desires with perfect accuracy. Without faith, words are like seeds scattered upon barren ground, and no matter how diligently you plant them, they fail to take root or flourish. Certainty, dear listener, is the compass that guides the invisible currents of the universe. It is not enough to desire, to speak, or even to visualize your goals. The inner mind must be anchored in unshakable confidence. Every prayer, every affirmation, every declaration that is made without doubt acts as a command to the subconscious, which immediately begins arranging conditions, people, and opportunities in alignment with that thought. The subconscious mind obeys the authority of certainty. When faith is absolute, there is no room for contradiction, and the creative forces of the universe respond swiftly, efficiently, and invisibly, arranging the seen world to mirror the truth already impressed upon the inner mind. Many fail to receive because their thoughts vacillate. One moment they affirm abundance, the next they question their worthiness. One moment they declare health, the next they focus on illness. The universe, operating with perfect law, cannot fulfill a command that is contradictory. Faith and certainty eliminate this inner conflict. I establish a single clear vibration that moves outward, irresistible and unerring, compelling the unseen to create conditions that match the internal command. To doubt is to waver, and waver is to resist the current of supply. To be certain is to flow, to align, and to receive effortlessly. Faith acts like a magnet, drawing to you the exact conditions necessary for the manifestation of your desires. Certainty creates the pathway along which these blessings travel. When you affirm with complete confidence, the invisible forces align with your inner vibration. Opportunities, resources, and people appear, often in unexpected ways, because the universe always answers a definite and unhesitating call. Nothing resists a mind that knows its power, for the creative law of life obeys the tone of certainty and the declaration of faith. The stronger your belief, the more immediate and precise the response. It is also essential to understand that faith is strengthened through repetition and affirmation. Every time you speak your word, repeat your intention, or visualize your goal with conviction, the foundation of belief grows stronger. The subconscious mind, like a fertile soil, is impressed repeatedly until it cannot help but bring the seeds into tangible form. Night and morning are particularly potent times for this work, for the conscious mind is quiet, and the subconscious mind is most receptive. Faith spoken at these hours acts as a direct channel to the invisible, a force that moves silently yet powerfully to manifest your desires. Certainty is not a mere intellectual agreement. It is a feeling, a knowing, an inner state that communicates to the universe that you are in alignment with your true desires. When you feel certain, the emotional vibration that accompanies this certainty reinforces the word, making it irresistible to the creative forces. The universe does know. Question the validity of your desire. It only seeks the unwavering vibration that indicates complete belief. When doubt is absent, the law works with perfection, and the fulfillment of your spoken word is inevitable. Faith and certainty also protect the mind from external influences. During the day, You are bombarded with opinions, fears, and the skepticism of others. To maintain unwavering belief, you must cultivate an inner certainty that is immune to these distractions. The mind that is anchored in faith is like a lighthouse in a storm. It remains steadfast, guiding the unseen currents to deliver exactly what has been affirmed. External circumstances may appear contrary, yet the unseen law operates with exactness, and the visible world eventually conforms to the inner certainty. It is further important to understand that faith does not require visible evidence. The moment you seek proof, you invite doubt, and doubt weakens the flow of manifestation. True faith is a knowing without seeing, a trust that the invisible intelligence of the universe is already at work on your behalf. Certainty is the bridge that carries your desire from the unseen into the seen. Speak your word, visualize your intention, feel the fulfillment as real, and release it with unshakable confidence. The law will respond, and conditions will be arranged to bring your spoken word into reality. The combination of faith and certainty is the ultimate tool in creation. One without the other is incomplete. Faith provides the energy, the belief that the desire is achievable. Certainty directs that energy with precision. Together, they form an invincible current that moves through the subconscious, energizes the unseen forces, and shapes the world to reflect the truth impressed upon the inner mind. By cultivating both, you are not merely hoping or wishing, you are co-creating, you are commanding, and you are aligning with the law that governs all life. Remember, every great success, every miracle, every manifestation begins with faith and certainty. The universe responds not to doubt, not to hesitation, but to the clear, confident, unwavering word of the one who knows that what is desired is already theirs. The more fully you embrace this principle, the more effortless the process of manifestation becomes, until the visible world reflects the abundance, health, joy, and prosperity that are your divine right. Fear and doubt are the heaviest chains that bind the soul and obstruct the natural flow of abundance and manifestation. They are shadows of the mind, illusions that have no true reality, but which gain power through attention and repetition. Every fear you entertain, every doubt you nurse, becomes a block in the creative current of life. To release these negative forces is to clear the path for the seeds of desire to take root and grow. The universe responds only to clarity, to purity of thought, to the unwavering declaration of truth. Fear clouds this clarity, doubt distorts the vision, and the seeds that might otherwise flourish remain dormant. It is important to understand that fear and doubt do not originate in the universe. They are products of the human imagination, often fed by past experiences, societal conditioning, or the opinions of others. Yet when you recognize them as illusions, you can choose to release them. They lose their power the moment you affirm your inner truth and declare your desires with certainty. Every prayer, every affirmation, every visualization spoken with faith displaces fear and doubt. The subconscious mind cannot hold contradiction. When you consistently focus on your intention, on the reality of what you desire, fear and doubt gradually dissolve, leaving the fertile soil of your inner mind ready to nurture the seeds of manifestation. The act of releasing fear and doubt is not a passive endeavor. It requires conscious effort, a mindful decision to refuse to entertain negative thoughts, and a deliberate replacement of those thoughts with affirmations of truth. Say to yourself, I release all fear, I release all doubt, I am aligned with the infinite intelligence that governs the universe. My desires are already fulfilled in the unseen. Each repetition of this affirmation strengthens the inner conviction, clears the mental field, and allows the subconscious to focus solely on bringing your desires into reality. Fear often masquerades as caution or practicality, but even the smallest trace of it can distort the creative process. Doubt is equally insidious, whispering that your desires are too great, too unlikely, or unattainable. Yet the law of life, operating with perfect precision, is indifferent to these whispers. It responds only to the clear, unwavering signal of faith and certainty. The more decisively you release fear and doubt, the more effortlessly your intentions flow into the external world. Think of the mind as a clear pond. When disturbed by ripples of fear, the reflection of your desires is blurred. When the water is calm, the reflection becomes sharp, precise, and ready to manifest. Visualization and imagination are powerful allies in this process. Picture your desires as already accomplished. Imagine the joy, the abundance, and the freedom that they bring. Each time you focus on this vision with clarity and faith, fear and doubt are pushed aside. The subconscious mind accepts the vision as reality and begins the work of manifesting it. The invisible forces, obedient to the law, move to create conditions that mirror the internal picture. Every positive thought, every feeling of assurance, strengthens the flow of manifestation, while every fear or hesitation obstructs it. It is also essential to practice gratitude as a tool to release fear and doubt. When you focus on the blessings already present in your life, the mind naturally shifts from scarcity to abundance. Gratitude generates a vibration of sufficiency and trust, displacing the subtle fears that arise from lack or limitation. By cultivating a mindset of appreciation, you reinforce the certainty that the universe is abundant and that your desires are being fulfilled even before the visible evidence appears. Consistency in releasing fear and doubt is key. The mind is easily distracted and easily returns to old patterns of worry or hesitation. Nighttime, in particular, is a crucial opportunity for mental cleansing. As the world grows quiet, you can make a conscious effort to release all negative thought patterns and affirm the truth of your desires. Speak your intentions, visualize their fulfillment, and feel the certainty that they are already manifested. The subconscious mind, now free from the interference of fear, moves unimpeded to bring your desires into tangible form. It is also necessary to trust the timing and the method of manifestation. Fear often arises from impatience, from a desire to see immediate results, or from doubt about the means through which your desires will be fulfilled. By releasing fear and doubt, you surrender the how, the when, and the where, and allow the infinite intelligence of the universe to orchestrate the perfect unfolding. The law works with precision and perfection, far beyond the understanding of the conscious mind. Your task is to maintain a clear, unwavering focus on the reality of your desire and to release any thoughts that contradict it. The transformative power of releasing fear and doubt extends beyond material desires. It affects health, relationships, peace of mind, and spiritual growth. Negative thoughts create vibrations that obstruct not only external manifestations, but also internal harmony. By consciously letting go of fear and doubt, you allow the flow of life force energy to circulate freely, nurturing your well-being in every aspect. Your mental clarity becomes a fertile ground for abundance. Your emotions align with joy and assurance, and your actions naturally follow the guidance of the unseen. Releasing fear and doubt is not a on-time act, but a continuous practice. Every day presents opportunities to reaffirm your trust, to cleanse your mind of worry, and to strengthen the certainty of your intentions. Each time you choose faith over fear, belief over doubt, you are reinforcing the invisible law, and the seeds of desire are given full opportunity to grow, bloom, and bear fruit. The universe responds with perfect accuracy to the vibration you maintain, and the more consistently you release fear and doubt, the more effortless the manifestation of your desires becomes, until the visible world reflects the abundance, success, and fulfillment already present in the unseen. Fear and doubt are the heaviest chains that bind the soul and obstruct the natural flow of abundance and manifestation. They are not external forces, they are creations of the mind, shadows cast by the imagination, illusions that gain power only when they are entertained. Every fear you allow, every doubt you nurture, becomes a barrier to the creative energy that seeks to bring your desires into form. To release these negative forces is to clear the path for the seeds of your dreams to take root and flourish. The universe responds only to clarity, to unwavering faith, to the precise vibration of confident expectation. Fear clouds this clarity, doubt distorts the vision, and the seeds that might otherwise grow into magnificent realities remain dormant. It is important to understand that fear and doubt do not arise from the truth. They arise from ignorance of the infinite law of life. They are fed by past failures, by the opinions of others, and by the habitual tendency to question the unseen. Yet the moment you recognize them as illusions, you possess the power to release them. When fear is released, the mind becomes free to focus solely on the desired outcome. When doubt is let go, the subconscious can respond to the word of Fa, ith without obstruction. Every affirmation spoken with certainty, every visualization performed with clarity, every intention declared with emotion displaces fear and doubt. The subconscious mind cannot entertain contradictions. The more consistent your focus on your desire, the more the negative shadows dissolve, leaving fertile soil ready to nurture the seeds of manifestation. Releasing fear and doubt requires deliberate, conscious effort. It is not a passive process. It demands attention, mindfulness, and an active decision to refuse negative thoughts. Say to yourself, I release all fear. I release all doubt. I trust the unseen law that governs my life. My desires are already fulfilled in the invisible. Each repetition of this affirmation strengthens the inner conviction, clears mental interference, and directs the subconscious mind to focus solely on creating the reality you intend. The power of this practice grows with every conscious repetition until it becomes a habit of thought, a mental rhythm of faith, and a steady channel for the unseen forces to work without obstruction. Fear often disguises itself as caution or realism, but even the smallest trace of it is enough to impede manifestation. Doubt is equally insidious, whispering that your desires are unattainable, that you are unworthy, or that circumstances will not align. The universe, however, does not respond to these whispers of hesitation. It responds only to the vibration of faith and certainty. The more decisively you release fear and doubt, the more effortlessly the seeds of your intention can grow. Imagine your mind as a pond. Fear and doubt create ripples that distort the reflection of your desired reality. When these disturbances are removed, the water becomes still, the reflection becomes clear, and the seeds of desire can flourish unhindered. Visualization is a vital companion in the release of fear and doubt. To see your goals as already accomplished, to imagine the joy, abundance, and satisfaction that accompany their fulfillment is to strengthen faith and eliminate mental resistance. Each focused visualization, performed with feeling and clarity, pushes fear and doubt aside. The subconscious mind accepts the imagined reality as actual and begins to orchestrate the external conditions to match it. The invisible forces respond to the inner picture, arranging people, events, and opportunities to align perfectly with your vision. The clearer and more emotionally charged the visualization, the faster the manifestation occurs, because fear and doubt no longer impede the creative flow. Gratitude is another essential tool in releasing fear and doubt. By focusing on the blessings you already possess, you shift the mind from scarcity to sufficiency. Gratitude generates a vibration of trust, assurance, and receptivity, which displaces the subtle fears that arise from doubt or uncertainty. As you appreciate the abundance already present in your life, you reinforce your belief in the invisible supply that is always available. The subconscious, responsive to the vibration of emotion, perceives gratitude as a confirmation that abundance is natural, that desires are already being fulfilled, and that fear and doubt have no place in your mind. Consistency is critical in this practice. The mind is easily distracted and inclined to return to old patterns of worry, hesitation, and uncertainty. Nighttime is especially powerful for releasing fear and doubt, for the world grows quiet, the conscious mind relaxes, and the subconscious is most receptive. By consciously repeating affirmations, visualizing desires, and feeling their fulfillment, you cleanse the mind of mental interference. Each night, the seeds of desire are planted in a calm, fertile field, free from the weeds of fear and doubt. Trust in the timing and method of manifestation is equally important. Fear often arises from impatience, from the desire to see immediate results, or from the belief that circumstances must unfold according to one's own plan. By releasing fear and doubt, you surrender the how, the when, and the where, allowing the infinite intelligence of the universe to orchestrate the perfect unfolding. The law works with precision beyond human understanding, and every act of faith and release strengthens its effectiveness. The subconscious, unencumbered by resistance, moves efficiently to create the conditions that match your inner word. The process of releasing fear and doubt also transforms the inner world. Negative thoughts create vibrations that obstruct not only external manifestation but also internal peace, health, and emotional harmony. By consciously letting go of these limitations, you allow life force energy to circulate freely, nourishing every aspect of your being. Your mind becomes fertile ground for positive outcomes, your emotions align with joy, trust, and certainty, and your actions naturally follow the guidance of the unseen forces. Releasing fear and doubt is not a one-time act, but a daily practice. Each day presents opportunities to reaffirm faith, to cleanse the mind of limiting thoughts, and to strengthen the certainty of desire. Every choice to embrace trust over fear, confidence over hesitation, reinforces the invisible law and empowers the seeds of desire to grow. The universe responds with absolute precision to the vibration you maintain. The more consistently fear and doubt are released, the more effortless the manifestation of your desires becomes, and the more clearly the external world reflects the abundance, fulfillment, and prosperity already present in the unseen realm. The spoken word holds a power beyond measure. It is not mere sound. It is a declaration of truth, a command to the invisible forces that govern all life. When spoken with faith, especially during the quiet and receptive hours of the night, it becomes a potent tool for aligning unseen energies with your desires. The words you speak at night carry vibrations that the subconscious mind immediately receives, accepts, and acts upon. While the body rests, the subconscious is fully active, free from the interference of the day's distractions, ready to orchestrate the conditions that will bring your intentions into visible form. Every utterance, every affirmation, every whispered declaration becomes a seed planted in the fertile soil of the subconscious, awaiting the perfect circumstances for its manifestation. Nighttime is uniquely powerful because the world outside is hushed. The distractions, noises, and conflicts of the day have faded, allowing the mind to become calm and receptive. In this serene environment, the spoken word penetrates deeply into the subconscious. Unlike during the day when doubts and fears may interfere, at night the mind is more pliable, more open, and more capable of receiving the truth of your declarations. When you speak your desires aloud or whisper your affirmations, the invisible forces respond without hesitation, moving silently yet powerfully to align circumstances, opportunities, and resources with your spoken word. The key to effectiveness lies not in the quantity of words, but in their quality and intention. Each word must be spoken with absolute faith, with the feeling of certainty that your desire is already fulfilled. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between imagination and reality. It responds to the conviction behind the words. Therefore, when you speak your desire as though it is already accomplished, you impress the subconscious with a command that it must obey. The universe, operating through precise law, begins arranging events, conditions, and people to reflect the truth you have spoken. Visualization works in perfect harmony with the spoken word. As you articulate your intentions, picture the fulfillment of your desires in your mind's eye. See the wealth, the abundance, the joy, and the opportunities as already present. Feel the satisfaction, the security, and the freedom that your desires bring. By combining the spoken word with visualization, you create a complete impression for the subconscious mind, words to direct, images to clarify, and emotions to energize. The subconscious mind, now fully aligned with your vibration, sets into motion the unseen forces that work tirelessly to bring your spoken intentions into reality. Faith and emotion are essential companions to the spoken word. The subconscious responds not merely to the sound of the words, but to the energy behind them. When your declarations are accompanied by the joy, confidence, and gratitude that come from knowing your desires are already fulfilled, you are sending a signal that cannot be resisted. The universe moves in perfect harmony with this energy, arranging circumstances in a manner that honors your inner certainty. Nighttime is especially effective because the mind is calm, The body is at rest and the subconscious is fully attentive, receiving the vibration of faith and certainty without distraction or interference. Consistency is another vital element. A single declaration may plant a seed, but repeated nightly affirmations strengthen the impression upon the subconscious mind. Just as a sculptor chisels away slowly to reveal the form within the stone, the repeated spoken word gradually shapes the circumstances of your life to reflect the truth you have impressed. By speaking your word consistently, you create a continuous vibration that cannot be ignored. The unseen forces respond with precision, orchestrating events, people, and resources to bring your desires into full expression. It is important to maintain purity of thought and clarity of intention. The spoken word must be free from contradiction, doubt, or fear. When you declare abundance while secretly fearing lack, or success while doubting your worthiness, the subconscious receives conflicting signals, which can slow or distort the manifestation process. The spoken word, when aligned with faith, clarity, and emotion, becomes a powerful magnet, drawing to you exactly what you declare. The universe is impartial and precise. It answers the vibration of your words, not the external appearance of things. Gratitude enhances the potency of the spoken word. When you express thankfulness as part of your nightly affirmations, you reinforce the belief that your desires are already fulfilled. Gratitude strengthens the vibration of faith, displaces any lingering fear, and signals to the subconscious that abundance is natural and inevitable. By combining the spoken word with heartfelt appreciation, you magnify its power and speed the manifestation process, creating a resonance that attracts wealth, opportunity, and fulfillment in ways both expected and unexpected. The spoken word at night also aligns your consciousness with the invisible law of life. By making declarations before sleep, you are effectively issuing commands to the creative intelligence that operates unseen. While your body rests, the subconscious works tirelessly, arranging, coordinating, and attracting the people, resources, and circumstances needed to bring your intentions into form. This is why night prayers and affirmations have been revered throughout history. They engage the mind at a time when it is most receptive and allow the unseen to move in perfect harmony with your desires. Moreover, the spoken word has the power to reprogram limiting beliefs. Often, fears, doubts, or scarcity-conscious thoughts are deeply ingrained, silently influencing our reality. By speaking affirmations of abundance, prosperity, and success each night, you are gradually dissolving these old patterns. The subconscious begins to accept the new word as truth, replacing limitation with possibility, lack with plenty, and hesitation with confidence. The unseen forces respond to this shift, bringing external circumstances into alignment with the new, empowered beliefs. In essence, the spoken word at night is a conduit through which the invisible law of life operates. It is simple, yet infinitely powerful. Each word, spoken with faith, emotion, and clarity, impresses upon the subconscious mind a truth that cannot be resisted. The universe moves to reflect that truth, arranging circumstances, opportunities, and resources to bring wealth, abundance, and fulfillment into tangible form. Nighttime amplifies this process, providing the perfect environment for the mind to focus, for faith to flourish, and for the seeds of desire to grow into their full expression.